Hello and welcome everyone, I'm DrHamfist. We're going to be playing the Silent, I think. We've played the Ironclad the last 2 times. Let's give the Silent some love. And I think we're going to do the usual trick we do with the Silent, which is scrap our starting relic. This is not a great random boss relic. Okay, so we get 3 curses. We do get 3 random relics, but that's what the Calling Bell does. So, normality... can't play more than 3 cards a turn. That can be bad for the Silent. Injury, which is basically the default curse. And then Decay, which deals damage to you. That is particularly grisly. I think with the phrasing on that, block would actually affect it. Take 2 damage rather than lose 2 health. So we'll have to make sure we keep that in mind. But we got Ginger. You can no longer become weakened. Pen Nib, every 10th attack does double. And Mummified Hand. Yeah, so whenever you play a power, a random other card in your hand is free this turn. Okay. So we like powers now. We also like shops because we can get rid of these curses, and we have 3 of them. We want to do that soon. So we'll probably hit one of these early shops. And then look to hit a second one later, like this one, maybe. Yeah, so let's take this left path. We'll figure out what we're going to do exactly later, but I know we want to hit both shops, so let's just target that first one. Alright, no curses yet. But I think like 20% of our deck is curses right now. Alright, so I think we do want to just block everything whenever we can. This might get grisly pretty quick with how many curses that we just picked up. Alright, yeah, so here's Decay already. So, I mean, this hand plays itself because that's all we can do. But I think we'll go to 3 block from the Decay, and then we'll take 4 anyway. Yeah, so this turn it didn't really matter how it worked, but it's good to know that we can at least block that on turns where we can. And then here, normality is going to get us. It's not actually going to impact this turn, because we don't need to play more than 3, but... yeah, anytime we draw those 0-cost spells with normality, it's going to get us. And then here we're definitely taking damage, unfortunately. Yeah, this is one of my least favorite relics in the game, Calling Bell. If you really, really get good relics with those 3 relics, maybe then it would be worth it, but in general, it seems terrible to have the 3 curse cards. It just seems way worse than the 3 random relics you get. And we should be able to get next turn, I would think. Because we have the Pen Nib active. Yeah, so this actually will be enough. So 10 damage on the first fight. Usually I would consider that an atrocious performance, but with the 3 curses, I'm not sure there was much else we could accomplish. The acrobatics is somewhat tempting. You can discard a curse and then draw 3 more cards. I think I like the dodge and roll a bit better. It's close though. I think we do like the dodge and roll. Oh, so we have 3 options. Remove a card in our deck, transform a card, and upgrade a card. We are absolutely not upgrading a card. The question is, would we rather get a random card from removing our worst curse, or just remove our worst curse? With us having 2 other curses, I think we want to increase the density of non-curse cards in our deck, so I think we're going to take the random card. I'm generally not a fan of this, but it's better the worse your deck is, and our deck is very bad right now. So a random card, it has a much higher chance of being better than our average card in our deck, given that we have these 3. I think we'll get rid of Decay before normality. Obviously Injury leaves last, but I think Decay is worse. Did it just give us a curse back? Wait, is it always of the same type or something? Did I just get like rickrolled? Oh no. Alright, well, I'm not sure if it's just a random card and we just happened to line into another curse. Or if it always is the same type, so you can't actually do that with curses. I want to test it again to know for sure, but I also don't want to get cursed again. We'll have to figure that out. Alright, so I think normality is probably worse than Writhe. Innate is... it's basically flavor text. I mean, you could always draw injury on the first turn anyway. And then with the gold left over, we could get this dagger spray. It's a hedge against group fights. It's somewhat tempting. I think we're going to save the gold, though. We definitely want to make sure we have enough to get out of another card soon. Alright, so we actually have drawn well enough for this fight here. This fight could be really bad for this deck if we draw curses and cannot kill that slime on the first turn. But we did get there. Oh, I didn't realize I was frail. I wasn't even paying attention. Alright, well, that's a little bit bad. Not the end of the world. Yeah, I took 2 damage there. I don't know. Did I have another defend? I'm not sure I did. That's funny. We played our dodge and roll last turn and then we just drew it again. Yeah, so this deck, if we can get rid of all of those curse cards, it's sitting in, you know, just an okay place. It's not even great at that point. These 3 relics don't really align very well. This one likes powers, this one likes attacks, and then this one is just a general, you know, useful ability. I guess it likes attacks. Prevents you from being weak, so you're always doing more damage. I think we take backflip here, right? I'm going to say we take backflip. Quick slash is another option. I'm going to say backflip. Until we get rid of our curses, the draw is very valuable. Yeah, and we do have this weak potion, but I can't imagine we're going to use it here because we have an elite that we cannot avoid. So we're saving that weak potion for the elite. And we are just trying to get through this as quickly as possible, not take any damage, because I'm sure we will take some on the elite, even with the weak potion. And our ginger root saved us there. Yeah, so we're taking 4, no matter what. Yeah, can't even use the weak potion to mitigate it because we already got 1 turn weak on him here. Okay. Yeah, so this is an interesting one. We'd like to play dodge and roll. Survivor gives us the most efficient blocking. Dodge and roll and Survivor is enough for this turn. We have nothing else that we can do with anything, so we might as well backflip and just see what we draw. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, we could get a strike in. I think this is fine. We'll forgo the block next turn from dodge and roll just to get another strike in, and we might be able to kill him then. Might. We have to draw 2 strikes. Oh, we've done it. Alright. Probably the correct play then. It's very easy to fall into a trap with that, though, which is called results-oriented thinking, which is where it works out, so you assume that it was correct to do it. Whereas in card games, you know, both things could have worked out. Whichever one did doesn't make it right. Here, alright, yeah, dodge and roll's nice. We have not drawn much damage, which is basically all that you're trying to do to this guy. I think we're going to be applying the weak potion this turn. Well, we have the neutralize this turn. Maybe not. Yeah, and I'm going to say Survivor's not worth it. Survivor does have different math than a traditional defend. I think it becomes worth it as long as he dies within the next, like, 4 turns or something. But just hedge against this lasting forever, I am going to pass that up. And we are definitely going to use weak here. Yeah, and with weak, the math on defend is even a little bit better. I think it rounds down 1. We might use this defend, just one of these. It's definitely an option. Also, I think there were just a few graphical glitches there that you guys might have picked up on. Or maybe I'm just seeing things. One of the two. This is a beta branch of the early access game, though, so it would not be unthinkable that we might run into a bit of that. Yeah, so we're only trying to get him down to 20. I think we're going to use this potion here to kill him. And when I say 20, right now I mean 23. Which we've got. Yeah, because we can... I think we will. Yeah, we're going to use this potion just to take him out this turn. Leaving with 41 against him with this deck that had a lot of defensive options and curses feels pretty good. So the Torii. Whenever you would receive 5 or less unblocked attack damage, reduce it to 2-1. I believe the way that's worded, it would work if you had some block and then they had like 4 more attack than your block. I think that would work. So getting approximately enough block would work well. Yeah, this card, the Eviscerate, costs 1 less for each card you discarded this turn. I don't think that's ever acceptable. I can't imagine that working. So we're going to do the Slice. I think Slice is fine. Slice has a slight synergy with Pen Nib. It helps you, consistently crank out 1 attack anytime you draw it. I think we upgrade a card here. I didn't look at the path ahead of me. Am I allowed to do that somehow? I don't think so. I think smithing is fine. And then we probably want to smith the Neutralize. I think upgrading Neutralize is actually very good. That extra turn of Weak is pretty impactful, and you always play it every time you would draw it. It does get you 1 more damage as well. I think it means more than Dodge and Roll does. Because Dodge and Roll gives you a total of 4 more block. This gives you 1 more damage, so then is the 3 offset by the extra turn of Weak? I'm not sure it always is. But the thing is, you don't necessarily play Dodge and Roll every time you draw it. You always play Neutralize when you draw it, so... We'll do Neutralize first. Dodge and Roll is not far behind. The thing with Dodge and Roll is the second half of it can blank if you take no damage on the following turn. That's basically the one thing about it. Oh, Sweet True Slice, that's nice. I think we'll go for the Slime first, despite the fact that he has more health. Which is because of the passive that the fungi beasts have, which is they make you vulnerable when you kill them. And we do have the Pen Nib active, so a single strike will take out the slime next turn. Excellent. Oh, we are weakened, huh? Well, when we're weakened, Dodge, Roll, and Defend do the same amount of block, so that is a no-brainer. Alright, so we'll take 3. Next turn shouldn't be as bad, though, with us going into it with block. Well, yeah, so this is exactly the case I was talking about. It just blanks this turn. The 3 block does nothing. Yeah, and he's actually got 6 strength. That is quite a lot. Yeah, so this actually does have him dead to poison. Yeah, Noxious Fumes by itself actually does rack up a fair bit of damage. It's a pretty good power card. Okay. So Dagger Throw versus Quick Slash. I don't think ever seen this comparison before. Quick Slash does seem largely better. Dagger Throw is good against burn cards and other things like that. I don't know when else you'd like to discard and get 1 more damage for having discarded. Short of having a discard synergy, which we don't. And then Riddle with Holes is deal 3 damage 5 times. That works very well with Strength, which we don't have. It also does say just deal 15, which can be 30 with Pen Nib if it lines up. I think we might take the Dagger Throw. I think we pretty often have a spare card we don't need. So I think the 1 damage is fine, and then we may roll into some discard synergy later. And there's always that fourth option that I never consider, which is just to not take anything. At the start of your turn, lose 15 block rather than all of your block. Okay, well, I don't know when we're going to have more than 15 block spare. Maybe sometime we'll have it. Alright, so we may want to keep in mind the Tori for this fight. We only take 1 damage as long as we get it down to 5. Not a consideration for this turn. But these guys do swing a fair bit of damage. Not as much when they're weakened. Well, I guess technically we start with backflip, even though can't imagine it would ever not play out the way it's going to. I think we'll have him. He'll probably do his defensive ability. No, he didn't. I guess his defensive ability might not actually care at all what his health is at. So that's enough? It is. Oh. Was he just dead if we just kept that strike? He was. Blah. We actually might be able to. We'll see. He would have to swing again, I think, though. He'll probably do his defensive ability. Yeah. The thing I was sort of thinking was, is there a way we can save the pen nib for next fight? Doesn't look like it. But yeah, with these guys having the retreat mechanic, not on this one. But sometimes that can be a consideration. So burst, the next skill is play twice, or leg sweep. I think we'll take leg sweep. It has a slight synergy with Mummified Hand. We only have 1 power rolling around right now, but if we can discount this, that saves us 2 energy. And then definitely getting rid of a card here. I think we will take the innate. I guess it's worse than injury. A little bit. It's barely worse, but I think it is. I don't think outmaneuver makes sense. I think we'll pass. Yeah, and I don't think we'll fight that elite, though we have the option to. It's not totally unthinkable. Yeah, so he is swinging the most. Let's weaken him. I maybe should have thought about the fact that I'd put this guy to 6 if I did that on him. Probably should have considered that. Oh well. I think we actually will strike here, and then we should still take... Oh wait, I forgot the first thing was free. I was going to say we should only take 1 anyway. We'll take none. None seems better. There's actually a world where I should have struck him. In fact, it's this world we're living in right now. Let's see. Yeah, so this handles all of our block needs already. I think we will weaken him. No, let's just assume we're going to take him out. Well, I don't know if I'll draw no attacks next turn, so we'll weaken him. And then we can just, yeah, it doesn't really matter which, well, I guess I just missed 1 damage for doing it, but it doesn't really matter which way we use it, because I think they all die to strike either way, except for this guy we've already messed up. Yeah, so here, he'll actually die next turn, is what will happen. Just to the poison. Okay, so here we go. Bane is actually an option with our poison everything every turn. Catalyst I don't think is really an option yet. It works better with cards that actually do any poison. And Bane by itself is already better than a strike. So I think we'll take Bane here. The extra card is not worth missing the 14, you know, like the 6 damage we'd lose when Bane is actually active. So I think we'll take Bane here. We do just consistently have poison after 1 cycle of our deck. Alright, so receive the golden idol and trigger a trap. I think that's fine. I'm wondering what we're going to pay to the trap. But I think we do want to do this. Well, we're not taking the curse. Yeah, so enemies drop 25% more gold. I think we'll just take the max HP. I guess the max HP, it'll deal 10 damage to us, sort of, because we'll go to full health twice if we get to the final boss. And then every rest, it'll shave off like 1 or 2 health. I think that is more than 17. Or, sorry, less than 17. I think 17 is more than that, because we're only looking at 10, and then each time we rest, either incrementing it by 1 or 2. I think we'll take the max health. And then I think we'll dodge the elite and rest. Yeah, with us still having... Oh, excellent. I don't have the gold, though. Ah, not so excellent. Yeah, so the poison stab is an option. I think we'll take caltrops with our mummified hand. These one-drop powers are all fine, pretty much. Alright. Well, we are broke. We're going to rest or upgrade. I think we'll rest. We got 21 cards. Upgrading 1 card will only draw it every 4th turn. If any of these were total superstars, we would probably upgrade them, but I think we'll take the HP, just play it safe. And here comes the Hexaghost, who does nothing the first turn and then just slams you the following turn. And we have a Dex Potion, which I think we will use this fight. Because here comes the huge attack. Yeah. And unfortunately, dodge and roll is all of the defense we have here. The nice thing is he's only swinging 5, which I think the Torii will actually reduce to 1. It still probably makes sense to play dodge and roll. It only saves us 1 attack this turn. But I think next turn it's going to save us much more. And I guess the ordering here is we strike first so that we get the bonus damage, and then slice. Then we can play Noxious Fumes and both the other cards. Yeah, so we definitely do play it since it's free. If you can play your whole hand, even if it only saves you 1 damage this turn, it's still fine. Yep, and there the Torii is saving us a lot of damage. So that's very nice. In fact, it might save us a ton of damage this fight if he always swings 5 or less. Yeah, and with us getting 4 turns of weak on him, even if he usually swings a bit more, like 7, I think it would still be reduced to 5. Looks like he likes to swing 5 every time, though. I think it is correct to do that first and then try to get caltrops to roll into one of the strikes. Okay, it didn't work out, but he always swings multiple attacks, or at least often seems to, so the caltrops is a fair bit of mileage. Yeah, that turn plays itself too, and then we have the pen nib up. So I guess we're hoping we draw Bane, which I think we very well may. Yes. Okay, so Bane will deal 28 here, which is very nice. And then here I think Leg Sweep is correct, just to keep more weaken on him. It's not a total no-brainer, but because the extra block next turn was an option too. I think as long as we keep him weakened, he's pretty useless, though. Well, here he's actually swinging 6. So I think we actually do use a defend here. Yeah, we could definitely have done this on the, no rest and instead choose an upgrade. I wasn't thinking about the fact that we have the Torii and he has so many multi-hits. I need to remember that. For future fights, that could be very impactful. Yeah, the defense here only block 1 damage each, Actually, I guess only the first one would block a damage. Yeah, so. Yeah, this is a pretty clean fight. The Torii basically makes this guy easy mode. Well, that and the Caltrops, actually. Caltrops are big, too. Yeah, those burn cards can be really bad in long fights, but I think we're going to be totally fine here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the catch here is the Torii is not actually that great against most fights. It did a ton of mileage on this fight, but moving forward, we can't rely on it this heavily. Wraithform's an option here. Do we have a ton of skills? I don't think we have a ton. I'm just like not a fan of Glass Knife to begin with, and we don't need bullet time with this deck. I think we will take Wraithform. None of those were great. Yeah, so the next boss probably won't be wrecked so hard by the Torii. I don't think I'll ever take the Runic Dome. I think it would just ruin my experience of the game, like not knowing when I'm about to get slammed. Yeah, so the Astrolabe. Upon pickup, choose and transform 3 cards, then upgrade them. I am going to take this, and we're going to see, for science, what happens to this injury. Oh, I can't do them like individually and see the results. I just, pick them all. So we're going to pick this injury. It might just turn this into a curse, and then I guess upgrade the curse, if curses can be upgraded, which might be really, really bad. I think with Wraithform having a skill synergy, we might get rid of the basic strikes. I don't think there's anything else in here that is just proper terrible. It's the question of a defend or a strike. Once we have Wraithform up, the defend does half of the damage a strike does. The catch is that it doesn't activate Pen Nib, but I think that's still correct. Yeah, so it did just turn it into another curse, didn't it? Okay. So I guess way earlier we should have removed a curse rather than transforming it. I think that's what that means. So at least we know that now. We're getting a little bit better. I think we do have enough money to just hit one of these early shops. Probably this one. So join me next time when we finally get rid of all the curses that we acquired before our first fight. And then try to shape this deck up with a bit of a skill synergy set. So see you then.